Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show.
Notice that Sadie, my youngster, is cantering, almost galloping around this arena. This is an episode about the weekend urban cutter roper. The reason we're doing this exercise, we're going to do it with all three of my Morgans. We already did it with Eve. Especially Eve and her daughter Sadie have to learn how to canter more slowly. There's a time to gallop and there's a time not to gallop to give us a nice collected, relaxed canter. On the internet, I got an idea, a technique for slowing down the canter. And we showed it with Eve in our last session. We're showing it with Sadie today, and then we're going to do some cow simulator work with Sadie for cutting practice. But here's what the internet article said. My trainer told me that the way to teach my horse to slow down is to let her run. I was baffled. So for about a month, I only rode her in the indoor arena by myself and with my trainer, of course. When I asked for the lope, I knew she was going to just take off, kind of the way Sadie is now, by the way. My trainer said not to interfere with her. Don't pull her. Don't anything. Just go for the ride. When she started to tire out and naturally slow herself down, that's when my trainer told me to kick her and make her go. Not hard, of course, but definitely start making her move faster and move forward. After a couple of minutes of me making her run, then I would ask for the jog again. This taught the mare that she was the only one forcing herself to gallop, not me. It's kind of a mind game. So we're going to do this with our three Morgans here at Shadrach Farms several times a week. Good, good, good. It's kind of the philosophy of the natural horsemanship training that if you ask the horse to do the opposite, you'll likely get the answer you want. So, in that vein, let them gallop until they decide to slow down, then ask them to go faster. And bring them down to a trot, which is what we're doing with Sadie right now. And with repetition, we'll be able to get a nice, soft, light, slow canter or lope. And we'll show you as we go. I think that's good, Katie. So why don't you line yourself up now for the cow simulator work. And then after this, we take each time we do this kind of ring work with our horses, we take them out for a trail ride, give them some pleasure, let them be in the outdoors, not in the enclosed fences. We have a cow simulator here that runs along the east fence, which is the short side of my arena, that I will be operating with my arms. And it is connected to a unicycle. We have a cow simulator on the south side of my fence behind me here, and I'm pointing to it, that's connected to an exercycle. And my helper is going to be running it. And the reason we use two cow simulators for this exercise is because we want the horse to realize that when they reach the end of the first straight line, the job isn't over. A lot of times cows go around you or go down the other fence. So that's what this exercise is going to do. With simulation, we're going to get our Morgans to realize that they're following a moving object, and that object may not be going in a straight line. So I'm going to be now moving over to the unicycle. We usually start on the short end more slowly. Katie will be telling us with her shake of the head, or we'll watch where she's looking or where she wants us to go. She'll tell us if she wants us to make random patterns or specific patterns. And when she's ready to go around the corner, that corner there, she'll look at the moving object. And we want our organs to realize that that means they then follow a different moving object than the one they just followed. So that's what we're practicing today, and we're showing you on this Urban Weekend Cutter Roper episode. Well, here I am at my unicycle, and presently I have a leg hip problem in my body, so using my arms is really good. I can participate in this training session by just running the pedals with my hands and my arms. Okay, now while the camera was off, we practiced with a walk and then a slow jog. We're going to go back to starting again, this time with the jog, and see if we can get Sadie without stress to work up into a slow canter following these moving objects. Now I'm going to take my cow simulator and take it all the way to the other end of this run where there is an orange cone. And then when I get close to the orange cone, I stop. Katie looks at the other cutting cow simulator, and Everett, who's operating it, will pick up movement there. And Sadie, we're kind of close to the fence now because we want her to see the moving object. Eventually, we'll be doing this exercise about 8 foot away, which is a safe distance without leaking to do cutting work. Okay, I'm going to wait for a step back. Going kind of fast, pick up a jog. Right now we're doing the whole run, but we'll soon be doing it with random patterns. So Sadie will realize that, okay, whatever I'm following, it may or may not stop. I gotta follow it and stop when it does. Good.
Oh.
Ooh, that was good. No rooting.
Back.
Good, good, good. Now, good.
Oh. Oh.
I'm going to come back this way. She has to realize it could be a short run. Over the haunch is very important. That was beautiful, 180. Okay, now I'm going to go about 2/3 of the way. And then, you know what? I'm going to stop. And even though you're not at the orange cone, look to the south cow simulator. And she'll realize that, okay, she'll feel you look. She'll realize that now I'm following that other moving object. I'm going to wait for her back.
Back.
And over the haunches, pretty quick.
Oh. Back.
Nice, she's doing nice over the haunches. Yes, couple of strides of canter. Especially on the long run, we can usually pick up a canter without trouble. Let's see if we can get it. Yes.
Oh.
But then we've got to get a good stop. That wasn't a good haunches stop, but we're working on it.
Back.
Okay, she didn't pick up the canter. She did now, just a few strides. Did you try to make her canter? No. Oh, you didn't. Okay. Usually the horse will decide to canter or trot fast himself, just to keep up with the moving object. Let's see what she does now. Still a fast trot.
Oh.
Let's see if you can kiss her into a canter this time. No, didn't want to. Okay. Do you think you can maybe ask her to canter?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if we can do that. We want her to realize that canter is okay.
Back.
And it's canter with a purpose.
Back.
There you go. A little bit of a whoopee in there almost. It's a little better stop. Around the haunches. She's kind of stressed. It's okay, it'll get lighter, it'll get softer. Yes.
Oh.
Ooh. Now, okay, there's a little rooting. Let's stop for a minute. I want to discuss some of the principles.
Not giving a good hoe with a canter.
Pardon me?
She's not giving a good stop with a
That
canter.
is correct. And I'm saying this, once we get her that she's following the moving objects and picking up the correct speed, your job will be much easier because we won't need two reins.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, you're going to be able to push on the horn with one of your hands to keep you center so you don't get thrown forward or backward. Your job on the cutting horse that knows what it's doing is to keep out of its way. So we're not there yet. You're still two reining. We've got a lot of practice, but here we go. We've got these simulators and we've got our mini cows when we're ready.
Back.
Sit on your pockets.
Oh. Back.
Somehow this direction she seems to not want to canter. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe we'll get the right answer with a little bit of cueing. Let's see how it goes again. Okay. Okay, going westward. She's fine on the canter. Let's see if we can get it coming eastward on the long run. Around, around, around. Yes. Try to sit on your pockets. Keep her flexed. Yes, yes. Can you flex her before you ask for the stop? Do you think you can tug and get that break at the pole?
I can try. I don't know if she's just not getting a haunches stop at all.
She's not? Okay. All right, well, haunches stop in cutting are very important. Power from the haunches always in forward motion, backward motion is very important. So we're going to be working on that. Okay, let's see if we can get a better stop. It will be far from perfect, but a little better, and then we'll find our note of resolution, as Pirelli says.
Back.
Now all of that dancing around at the other fence. Now she's getting stressed. Okay, that's my cue that we want to really search quickly for a moment of resolution. We don't want to make this lesson very long anymore. She is kind of losing her focus. Even if she doesn't canter, it's fine.
Easy.
Try to get a haunches stop even in the trot. Good, good. Now I'm going to go back to the middle and stop.
Oh, back.
And back here again. Around the haunches. Good.
Oh.
And back again.
Oh.
And I would say, do you agree that she's focusing? She's giving us good answers, not perfect answers, but good ones. Do you want to do any other exercise before you take her out on the trail? And she's my best trail horse, so she'll really enjoy that.
I would just, what we used to do, canter into the fences to make her stop on her haunches.
Okay, okay. Yeah, there is a technique for helping a horse to learn how to tuck their butt when they stop, and that's called fencing. There's some caveats about it. The horse soon learns that you're going to ask for a stop when they see the fence coming up, so you got to make them realize that they're not to stop, whether it be a correct stop or not, until you have asked them to hoe and sat on your pockets and indicated to them with every single bit of balance that you can and have that they're to hoe with their butts tucked and not bounce you around. So we'll be working on reminding Sadie about haunches stops pretty soon. probably within the next few days, and I'm hoping that we'll also be able to show you Semi, my mare, who's my best cow horse, who we've done a lot of haunches stops with, and we'll get her to demonstrate what a good haunches stop is. And that's all for today. Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl. This is Semi, and we're doing a lope around the arena exercise that we've done with even Sadie. This is baseline behavior. From an article that I read, that I found on Google, one way to slow down the canter is to let them go fast, fast, fast. And then when they slow down, ask them to go fast again. Then they realize that there is a difference between a fast canter or gallop and a slow lope. Actually, Semi's not powerhousing around the arena as were even Sadie, and Semi is my best cow horse, and I've probably been doing this kind of exercise with her for a long time, but not this one in particular, where we say, here, loose rein. If you want a powerhouse around here, go ahead. But if you want to slow down, I'm going to make you run. And it's kind of that psychology of ask them to do the opposite of what you really want. I would say she's a tad too fast for a slow lope if we were to go into a Western pleasure situation. And also, Katie, if you can get that eyeball a little bit arched to the inside, the article says try to keep that flexion in the neck ever so slightly so you see the inside, the outside of the inside eyeball. She's actually slowing down.
Yeah.
She is. We've tried all kinds of exercises to slow down the canter or the lope, including we've tried counter canter. This one, kind of fun. It's kind of nice to let the horse move out, but then it's kind of nice to get the horse's understanding that yes, we get to ask them to go slower or faster. A little more arc if you can on the inside, a little bit of bumping. I see a definite slowdown. And how about the other direction? Oh yeah, that's right. Semi's my good haunches whoa-er. Let's also show very briefly some fencing with her, but let's go the other direction first. Looks good. But right now it looks almost like an ironing board neck. Try to bump that flexion into the inside of her neck. And now she's going faster, noticeably faster. And if she slows down, even to a trot, then you ask her using the reverse psychology approach. You ask her to speed up. This is part of my Urban Weekend Cutter Roper series. We do cow work and roping with my Morgans here. We use simulated mechanical cows and roping cows. And we use our miniature zebu cattle. Good, she's much more, looks much lighter. Now when you stop this time, stop against a fence. But make sure you're on a straight path. Look at the fence.
Oh.
Good, good, she got that. Haunches, whoa. Let's try one more, maybe against the other fence, because Sometimes what's beyond the fence is distracting or changes the behavior. There's a wide open vegetable field. Here's fences and more fences because there's a house here. Oh, that she's arcing outside. There's a lot of dressage involved in this too. Dressage is fine-tuning, getting every part of the body to do what you want it to do. Let's do one more. I didn't know you were going to do one, so I wasn't watching. Okay. Did she feel right?
Yeah. She kind of wanted that one at an angle.
What happens when you're fencing is they understand that you're going to ask them to stop, and then they stop prematurely. So you need to actually encourage them to keep going until you sit on your pockets. You ask for the whoa. Oh, beautiful. That's our note of resolution. That's all for today. We're working with Eve today, using that exercise of let them run until they slow down. I don't know if you saw that, but we were trying to fence with her too. She's just still too powerful. I don't know if this exercise is going to help with a horse like Eve. Look at her go. And my arena's a little bit too small for this kind of exercise. We're noticing that she's starting to slow down on her own, and then when she does, we're going to ask her to speed up until she says, oh, okay, I'll slow down. It's like the reverse psychology. For the rest of today's session, because before we turned on the camera, we did a bunch of this cantering, we're going to give Eve an opportunity at a quicker pace. We're going to speed her up to follow these cow simulators. These are my cutting cow simulators that allow her to follow a moving object around a corner. On this side, we have a cloth cow that's operated by a unicycle. On the south fence, we have a little stuffed puppet, so to speak, that is operated by an exercycle. And we're going to watch Katie, and Katie, with her body language, is going to ask Eve to follow the moving objects, and if all is going well, around the corner and pick up speed. You'll be watching the moving objects. I'll have my cameraman try to zoom in so you can see them from a distance. I'll be following Katie's cue by watching her body language. The cow is over here right now. As soon as she gets here, gives us a hoe, backs up a couple steps. I'm going to move the moving object. Around the haunches, good. That was a good 180. Eve has to learn to follow the moving object by herself. All the way around 180. We're still pretty close to the moving object. We want her to realize that it is moving on the other side of the fence. On this run, if she's doing well, bring that head down with the double reins maybe. There we go.
Back.
We step back, so she's moving over her haunches, around, good. Now Katie's gonna, when she gets to the corner, look to the right, and Everett will give her another moving object to follow. Now we've done this with Eve. At a walk, a slow jog. We'll see if we can pick up a canter. Watching Katie's head, is she looking over? Yes, she is. And along our south fence with that simulator, we can usually pick up a canter because we can go fast enough and we have a long enough run to do so. There we go, powerhouse. Good, a couple, good. But no haunches stop. It's all right, we'll get there. A lot of little pieces have to be put together here. Oh, good, you gotta Good. Good. Going that direction, the easterly direction, you got a few steps of canter. Good. You know, out that way, going westerly, there's a big open vegetable field. I'll bet you that's just taking her focus away. This way is more familiar to her. Good. She seems to be better going easterly. Nice. Katie's trying to sit back on her pockets, put her weight in such a way in the saddle that Eve understands that there's a whoa coming. Good. Katie, when you're ready, I'll watch for you to look over here. That south run that you're looking at right now, we put that in so that we did have more space to pick up a faster pace. Eve is getting the message now, and here we go. Here we go.
Back, back, back.
I'm going to make this a short run. So she realizes, oh, wait a minute. That wasn't the pattern I was used to. She's got to realize sometimes the cow goes a long run. Sometimes it goes a short run. Sometimes it goes slow. Sometimes it goes fast. And my job, without getting stressed, but she's stressed right now, up goes her head, and she's getting wet too. So let's try to find a good moment of resolution. She's been working hard. Give her a chance to gather her thoughts, get her flexion. She's not realizing, oh, wait a minute, okay, now she's looking at the moving objects. I'm going to move it a little bit. Okay, but I'm going slow because, yeah, we didn't get the back right away. Okay, now she understands. I'm going to do a short run, coming back again. She's not stopping with the moving object, but she will. Good, and back her up 3, 4, 5 steps. Good. There, let's do a few short runs. So she realizes that's part of the game. Yes, she'll start watching. She's doing really well now, Katie. So when you find a moment where you think that she's just really tuned in and relaxed, let's stop.
One more run.
This is just a matter of repetition, and thank goodness we have these training tools. Good. Good. All right, and now Eve gets to go on a trail ride, a short trail ride, but still it's nice for the horses to get out, away from all the sand, away from all the fences, away from all the training tools, and just do what a horse likes to do out on the trail. And that's all for today. Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl.
See more at www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.